Hello and welcome to Relationship Realities with Dr. Clay. I am so excited for you to be here with me in this classroom experience. We are dealing with relationships, communication, trust. Come on in. We're talking about trust issues again on tonight. So I need you, as you come in, to share this with at least 5 people. At least go to the bottom left-hand corner. You'll see a rectangle that's there with the word share in it. And I need you to hit that share button. Share it on your timeline. Share it on your friends' timeline. Share it in your groups. We need to make some noise that Relationship Realities is here to help. We're here to bond families, individuals, relationships. We want to bring together marriages, parent-child relationships. We need to do some mending. There's some mending that needs to take place, and we want to assist in every way possible. So I need you to hit that share button and let someone know that Relationship Realities is on now, and Dr. Clay is here to help us with our relationships. I'm just excited to have you here. We're continuing on some good discussion that we started on last week about trust issues. I need you to get your notepad, get your iPad, your note pages on your other phone or whatever you need to do so that you can engage and talk to me. I need y'all talking back to me, and that use that comment section. And I need you to talk to me because we need to get to the bottom of this to find out what is going on. Before we jump into our classroom experience, I want to go to God in prayer with you. God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this very moment in time that we will never see again. God, we want today to be used for your glory and for your honor. Thank you that you're empowering us to be better together. You're empowering us to walk in harmony with others. You're empowering us to communicate in an excellent way, in an efficient way. And God, we praise you. We thank you. Help us to learn. Help us to teach. In Jesus' name, amen. I love y'all so much. Welcome to Relationship Realities with Dr. Clay. This is a time where we have set apart. We've carved out some time. We've carved out some energy, some space for us to be together, to have this classroom experience so that we can talk about some things that hinder us from having beautiful and great relationships. Tonight, as we go into Trust Issues Part 2, we always talk about relationships and the reality of those relationships. But what we want to do is look at how a relationship affects our lives. If we look at the word relationship, it's our connection or the connection between two or more people. When we look at the word relationship, it does not single out only intimate or romantic relationships. We want to get that out of our minds that when we hear relationship, it's only romantic or only a significant other or a spouse. We want to look at relationships as basically all interconnections between other people, the way we're relating or connecting to others in a regular fashion. Anyone that we have regular connection with, that is a relationship. Be it how normal or how estranged it is, it's a relationship where we have to interact with one another. So let's look at trust issues. We started this last week, and oh my God, we had a great class. So I need you to hashtag Relationship Realities. Hashtag Relationship Realities. We're going to go in. I want to know that my students are present. So as you hashtag Relationship Realities, welcome if you're just getting here. This is Relationship Realities with Dr. Clay. I am a psychologist who founded Family Vibes Counseling Incorporated, and we are a nonprofit organization that helps individuals, families, battered and abused women. We work with teens. We do teen talk with Dr. Clay, but we want to reach out into our communities. And our vision, our goal is to be able to work in all 50 states. And we would love for you to become a sponsor, and we'll share later in this experience how you can be a sponsor for Family Vibes Counseling. We appreciate you so much. Trust issues, part 2. Looking at this, we discussed, have you ever felt that you couldn't trust someone, even if they had done nothing to cause you to doubt them? Talking about trust issues. Let's look at this tonight. You can go ahead and start hashtagging trust issues. As you come in, if you're just getting on, go ahead and hashtag trust issues for this setting. Trust issues can cause suspicion. Have you ever been suspicious of someone, looking around, watching, thinking something's going on? Anxiety, doubts. It can be very damaging to our romantic relationships. There are different kinds. Our personal relationships or our friendships, and our professional relationships, professional work, business. We don't want trust issues to roll off into our professional relationships. Exactly, for one, because we don't want it to affect our livelihood. The jobs that we work and the businesses that we run are for our livelihood. They're for the life of us, the life of our children, our children's children, our family, our legacy that we're setting up. We want to make sure that we're handling ourselves with healthy interpersonal communication, healthy relationships. So learning to trust again can be difficult. But look, family, I'm going to be honest with you. Trust is something that we're going to have to learn to do. We may have had bad experiences. We may have had things to happen in our lives, but we've got to figure out how to make this trust thing work. We've got to figure out how to make it happen for us and with the people that we interact with regularly, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, in professional settings. We've got to learn how to trust again. Yeah, though it may be difficult, it's necessary to maintaining our emotional well-being. We have to be well in our minds, in our hearts, in our spirits. We have to be together. Yes, we go to church. Yeah, we read the Bible and all that. But look, this is why Relationship Realities is here. There's a part of us, that emotional, that mental seat, that we really got to take care of. We have to nurture this thing. We have to take care of our emotions. This is very important for our well-being. It's important for our peace of mind. It's important for the rest of our lives as we go through. So we've been talking about different signs. We discussed 6 signs last week of trust issues. Do you have those? Do you have your notes? If you don't already, get you a notebook that's dedicated to relationship realities. I need you to get a dedicated notebook, because Dr. Clay is giving you vital information. Somebody say vital information. This is important. Make it important to you, and I promise it's going to bless your life. Signs of trust issues. We discussed these last week. Number 1 is you focus on the negative. Number 2, you feel like you have to do everything. Number 3, being suspicious of friends and family. Number 4 was avoiding intimacy. Number 5, holding grudges. And number 6 was picking fights. So tonight we're going to start at number 7 today, right here in Relationship Realities, talking about trust issues. This is part 2. So we're going to start at number 7 on our signs of trust issues. How do I know if I have trust issues? How do I know if someone else that I'm dealing with has trust issues? They're suspicious of me and I've not even done anything. I've not given them a reason not to trust me. They may just be dealing with something from an old relationship, from an old business partner. See, we have to think about these things. Everything does not have to do with us. And Pastor, my husband, I learned this from him. He said it all the time until I got it. He said, don't take things personal. It's not always about you. Most of the time it's not. It's not about you. So let's look at number 7. Number 7, signs of trust issues you keep to yourself. Okay, now this is good to a certain point, but not to a default. Let's look at this. Number 7, you keep to yourself. Sharing your inner world with others requires trust. Okay, people being in your inner circle, your closest circle of people, it does require trust. We have to trust these people. They get to know us. We get to know them. They get to see some of our innermost parts, innermost workings, what we like, what we don't like. They spend time around us. And that does require trust. Come on, if you're going to be honest, let's look at this thing. It requires trust, opening ourselves up to others. Some of us are not ready for this, but we've got to get ready. We can't continue to live in dysfunction. Somebody say that in the comment section. I can't live in dysfunction. I can't live in dysfunction. DYSFUNCTION. I can't live in dysfunction. I can't. Come on, I need y'all to say that in the comment section. I'm giving y'all time. I need y'all to fill up the comment section with that. I can't live in dysfunction. We've got to make that clear and apparent in our lives. We've got to declare some things that we are not going to tolerate. We're not going to put up with any longer. I can't live in dysfunction. You would rather keep things. When you have trust issues, you would rather keep things to yourself rather than risk trusting someone else. Wow, let me read this again. Sharing your inner world with others. Your inner world requires trust, okay? So when you have trust issues, this is the problem right here. Trust issues. You would rather keep things to yourself than risk trusting someone else. That goes along with the one, the sign that says we do everything ourselves. We don't want to trust anyone to do anything, to be up close to us, to know what we know, to be around what we're around. Wow, trust issues. But we already declared, I can't live in dysfunction. We're not going to live this way, family. I am bringing this to the forefront because I want us to be aware that these things are not normal. This is not normal for us to walk around with trust issues, not wanting to be around people, not being able to engage and have fun and laugh and live life to the fullest. We've got to learn to live. Stop surviving. Let's live. Number 8, signs of trust issues. Number 8, you avoid commitment. Who is that? Come on, raise your hand. We're a family in here. We're all in relationship realities together. We're all in this classroom together. We're here because we want to be here. We're here because we need to be here. We're here because we want to get better. You avoid commitment. You have trouble committing because committed relationships require trust. Committed, dedicated, committed. I'm not in and out. I'm not up and down. I'm not wishy-washy. I'm here with you. I'm in this friendship with you. I'm locked in. Somebody say locked in. Locked in. In a committed relationship, you avoid commitment in trust issue relationship. In a trust issue state, you avoid commitment, but in a locked in relationship, you don't have trouble committing. Being committed in a relationship requires trust and vulnerability from everyone involved. So it's not just us. Sometimes we're so selfish and we just think about ourselves, but both sides has to open up of themselves. It doesn't matter if it's a romantic relationship, a friendship, sisters, brothers, parent, child, a marriage, no matter what it is, if we have trouble committing, it's because we avoid that because we don't want to trust and we don't want to be vulnerable to someone else. We're going to have to deal with this. First, we're going to have to pray and ask God to help us with this. And then if we need counseling, reach out. Reach out. Family Vibes Counseling is here. 972-589-1925. Get a counseling appointment. Nothing wrong with counseling. If we have issues and we need help, get help. Don't stay stuck in the same place. Don't stay stuck. So number 8 is avoiding commitment because we don't want to be vulnerable and trust others. When we don't trust others, we avoid getting into situations that cause us to feel vulnerable, and we have commitment issues. See, that's a whole nother class. That's going to be a whole nother class. Commitment issues related to trust, but commitment issues. It has a whole different list of technicalities related to itself. Number 9, you spy on people to check their phones. You spy on them, follow them around. Where are you? What are you doing? I don't believe you. I gotta see if you're where you say you are. When you have trust issues, you're always looking for evidence to prove whether someone is being honest with you or not. Now, come on. Come on in the comment section if you know anything about that on either side. Spying, checking on people, looking on the phone while they're asleep or in the shower, checking their phones. Oh, I see it all the time. Counseling. And I watch Lifetime Movie Network. I analyze the people on Lifetime. You're always looking for evidence to prove whether someone is being honest with you or not. It's really the or not. We're really expecting that the person is being dishonest with us. When a person has real trust issues, they jump into any friendship, connection, or relationship assuming that everybody has an ulterior motive as opposed to just being your friend or just being with you or around you. You think the worst of everyone. We don't want to live like that. Come on, I love y'all. Let's not live in that world. Let's not live like that, where we think the worst of everyone. Spying or checking people's phone. You seek out evidence to either set your mind at ease or prove yourself right. We don't want to live like that. Somebody saying this across the screen, I've got to trust. I've got to trust, or I've got to learn to trust. We've got to learn. We've got to get help with this. We've got to learn to trust others. We've got to be in a place where we can see the good in others and not always the negative. Not jumping straight to the negative, but seeing the good in others. Number 10, you are a loner. You prefer your own company to anyone else's because at least when you're by yourself, no one can let you down. Y'all, this is real trust issue at its finest. This is let down at its finest. I know we've been through things. I know what it feels like. I told y'all, I know what it feels like to be let down. I know what it feels like to have someone betray your trust, but life does not stop there. It does not stop when someone betrays us. Sometimes people have done things to us on purpose to break us down. And then sometimes it was clearly a mistake. We talked about this if you attend my Tuesday night locker room class. The power of forgiveness. Sometimes we're mad at people and they simply made a mistake. We're a loner because we don't want to let anyone in. We don't want anyone to let us down. But many times we're letting ourselves down. We can't even trust ourselves. We second guess ourselves and everything that we say, think, do. We're a loner. We're putting ourselves in a bad position. Don't do it. Deal with these trust issues now. Get it out of the way so that we can live bright and full and happy lives. That is a functional life where you can interact with different people and not always have something in the back of your mind. People will give off signals if there's something wrong, but we don't go in meeting people to find out what's wrong with them. Because truth be told, we don't want anyone coming into a friendship or a relationship with us trying to pick out everything that's wrong with us. So we have to be even. We have to reciprocate. That's called reciprocation, meaning going back and forth. It has to be the same, my way to yours as yours to mine. We have to give each other the courtesy to show our best selves. We don't come in and bash each other and try to find the worst in someone. We don't always speak the worst on people. We speak well of them. We talk them up. And then at least allow them the opportunity to show them their real selves. Don't just bash people. So number 11, these are signs of trust issues. You find yourself in relationships with untrustworthy people. How does this work? You find yourself, this is number 11, signs of trust issues. You find yourself in relationships with untrustworthy people. Okay, so frustratingly, you have your trust broken, and this could be a self-fulfilling prophecy, which means that we make it happen. We sabotage it and we actually make this prophecy come forth. We feel like we can't trust anyone, but we go and link up with people who are untrustworthy, who can't be trusted anyway. The same type of person. Man, I see it all the time. Women go and get the same type of man every time. Go get the same type of friend every time. Hang around the same type of people every time. Guys, look for the same type of woman and then complain that they can't be trusted. You're going getting an untrustworthy person. A person who's not even capable of gaining your trust. A person who's not capable of being honest and open and vulnerable with you. We go and pick from that same pool of people to be friends with. We go to that same pool of people to be around. Let's not do that. We find ourselves frustrated when we expect a certain thing to happen. Y'all catch this. Get this note. When we expect a certain thing to happen, in the case of having trust issues, being betrayed, your subconscious mind will seek out those situations. So we let the wrong people in subconsciously, meaning not even thinking that thing all the way through. It's in the back of our minds that we can't trust people anyway. So we just pick up the first Tom, Dick, and Harry that we see on the corner and then complain that they weren't any good. We complain that they weren't trustworthy. We complain that, oh my God, they're no good for me. I can't trust them. They hurt me. No, we keep pulling from the same pool of people. We keep going to the same place, the same type of person. Get out of the box. Get out of that atmosphere. Get out to a different type of person so that we can stop having this self-fulfilled prophecy, so that we can stop being able to say that no one can be trusted. There's not a good friend. There's not a good pastor. There's not a good church. There's no good people to be around. No good business relationships. No good business professionals. That is simply not true. That's farthest from the truth. There are some really good people out there, but we have to weed through the people that we've been dealing with to get to the real people, the people who really want something in life, the people who want something for themselves. Is that you? Look for other connections. Come on, get that note. Look for other connections. Number 12. You smother people you care about. Wow. Have you ever been smothered? You told someone, I need space, especially in romantic relationships. Some other people you care about. We can even do this to our children, to our family. Some other people we care about. When people are in our inner circle, we protect them fiercely because we fear they will leave us out or something bad will happen to us. Y'all, this is real. I love you. That's why I'm bringing this to the forefront. We've got to be better. We've got to do better. We've got to think differently so that we can get out of these trust issues. Hashtag right there, trust issues. Trust issues. Go to the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Oh, that's some good teaching. Go to the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Hit that share button and share this to someone's timeline. We fear being betrayed. We fear something bad happening. This can result in smothering or hovering behavior in our relationships, in our friendships, in our business relationships, because we always walk around wondering, is the next moment going to contain something bad for that relationship? I hope y'all are getting this. Is this good? Are you learning anything? Number 13. Number 13, signs of trust issues. We're looking at this. Signs of trust issues. Fear of abandonment. You live in constant fear of being abandoned, being left, being betrayed, being rejected in all of your relationships. Let me say that again. Fear of abandonment. This is another sign of trust issues. You live in constant fear of being abandoned or rejected in all of your relationships. When you get a please stop by my office email from your boss, you're sure you're being fired. Who is that? Who is that? Every time something just simple happens or we get a simple message or a text or an email, just jumping to conclusions, jumping straight to the negative. Fear of abandonment. Oh my God, it's something bad. I'm being fired. They're breaking up with me. Fear of abandonment. We have to be comfortable with who we are. We have to be confident in ourselves, comfortable with ourselves, trust ourselves, and know that we are enough. We're good enough. That people don't have to abandon us. If they do, it's their loss. But I'm open for friendships. I'm open for relationships. I'm going to allow my circle to grow. We have to be open to allowing our circle to grow. When we may see photos of friends having fun and your first thought is that they left you out on purpose. We look on Facebook or we look on Instagram. Look on Snapchat. We see some of our friends out having fun. They left me out on purpose. See, they didn't even want me there. They could have been already in the same place and they just took a moment to go kick it together. Go hang out. Go put their feet in the sand for a few minutes. Everything is not a negative arrow towards us. Trust issues. We have to trust in our friendships, trust in our relationships, the things that we desire for our lives. Y'all, this is real. We've got to start thinking well of these things. In romantic relationships, we may have a constant fear of abandonment lurking under the surface, that they're getting ready to break it off with us. Have you ever been there? Just waiting. Something's going to happen. And then what happens is sabotage. We self-sabotage it. That's a whole nother class in itself as well. We're going to be talking about this as well. Self-sabotage, where we just go ahead and mess it off. We go ahead and end it. We go ahead and kill the relationship. We kill the friendship because we fear something is lurking. Something happens all the time. Something happened with this one. Something happened with that one. So we go ahead and knock it off. No, fear of abandonment is what the problem is. This is a sign of trust issues. When we have, go ahead and hashtag again, hashtag trust issues. Are y'all with me? Trust issues. We cannot fear all the time being abandoned, being left, thinking that someone is going to break it off with us. But I have a question for you. For you to ask yourself, why do I have trust issues? We've looked at some signs of trust issues, how we can know that we have it, but why do we have trust issues? After self-sabotaging the relationship or keeping people at extreme distance, come on, we're talking about it. Preventing friendships from forming. Sometimes there are people who genuinely love us. They love who we are. They love our personality. We won't even allow them to get close enough because we're worried about what the last fool did that just wasn't any good for us anyway. Wasn't a good friend anyway. Was not even a good person. Did not even have good character. But God sent someone in our life who's worthy to be a friend, who's worthy to be in a relationship with us. And we sabotage that because of what the last person did. Y'all, we need healing. We need healing from these trust issues. Why do we have them? Why do we have them? We prevent friendships from forming. Friendships, might I add, that are desperately needed in our lives. Some of us are so lonely. We want to be around others. God created us all to be around each other. He created us for fellowship with one another, to live together, to be happy in life together. Some possible origins of trust issues include low self-esteem. That's a whole nother class. We're going to be there soon. Low self-esteem, past betrayals, mental health disorders. Sometimes it's just, we just have something going on in our minds that needs to be addressed. And those are the origins. That's the start of a trust issue. Adverse child experiences, bad child experiences. This is one of the major reasons for trust issues because of the fact that when we're young, that's when we develop our ties with adults. We develop ties with others. We learn to trust others in childhood. When people tend to let us down, because all of us didn't come from good families. So if we've had people who have let us down, who've treated us not so good, in our childhood, we tend to develop bad habits in forming bonds and friendships later in life. So anytime our sense of safety or security is threatened, when we feel it, a signal goes off that, oh my God, this is like last time. It can cause trust issues to arise. Anything that sounds like something else. It's not that. It's not that person. It's not that relationship. It's not the same situation. But something goes off because it's something that needs to be addressed. These trust issues need to be addressed in our lives. So they grow. The trust issues grow and they start to settle in our lives, but we need to deal with it. Childhood is an especially vulnerable time for trust issues to show up. And I was saying that because that's when we learn to trust. Children are 100% dependent on their caretakers to keep them alive. 100%. They depend on adults to keep them alive. So when that trust is broken in childhood, it creates the feeling of not being safe. Children learn to feel insecure and they can only rely on themselves. Hence, where we are in life now. Let's look at it. Some of us in life right now, even as adults, we need help. We've had people to betray our trust. We've had people to treat us bad. We've had people to do things to us. And now there is a problem. There is a problem in our lives because of how we have had people deal with us. How people have dealt with us. They've not always treated us right. They've not rendered us as valuable as children. And so we grow up in a somewhat disabled state as adults. And we're stuck with trust issues. But my hope is, and my prayer for you is that we're able to help you. Reach out to Family Vibes Counseling. If you know that you have issues that need to be dealt with, don't try to do it on your own. Reach out to familyvibes.org, which is our website, familyvibes.org, or our phone number is 972-589-8319. Look, let's deal with these trust issues. Let's get this out of the way. Tonight we talked about keeping to ourselves, these signs of trust issues, avoiding commitment, spying on people, checking phones. Number 10, being a loner. Number 11, finding ourselves in relationships with untrustworthy people, having that self-fulfilled prophecy happen, helping it happen. Number 12, we smother people that we care about. And number 13, the fear of abandonment, the fear of being left, the fear of being treated bad, the fear of being fired, the fear of being broken up with, the fear of a friendship breaking off. Let's deal with our trust issues. I'll see you next time in Relationship Realities. Love you. Family Vibes Counseling Incorporated is a community-based, nonprofit organization based in the heart of Arkansas and Texas. The mission of Family Vibes Counseling is to provide support and therapeutic healing for families, individuals, and marriages, and to foster growth and development in individuals. Family Vibes Counseling is a 501c3 charity, and all donations are IRS recognized tax deductible. Together, we can change the statistics of our communities. Depression affects approximately 18.8 million American adults, or about 9.5% of the U.S. population age 18 and older in a given year. 80% of depressed people are not currently having any treatment. 41% of depressed women are too embarrassed to seek help. 1 in 5 children deal with some sort of mental, behavioral, or emotional problem. 1 in 10 children may have a serious emotional problem. Among adolescents, 1 in 8 may suffer from depression. Become a sponsor for Family Vibes Counseling today. Help us to help the community. You can become a monthly sponsor and donate as little as $20, $50, or $100 per month. You can go to Cashapp and donate now. $Family Vibes INC. Cashapp. That's $Family Vibes INC. Go to Givelify.com or download the Givelify app and search Family Vibes Counseling. Click your amount and enter your card information, all within 30 seconds. You can text DONATE to 972-589-1925 and get more information about becoming a monthly sponsor. Text DONATE to 972-589-1925.